God speaks to me in many different ways, reading the Bible, through other individuals, friends, family members, even films.
God speaks to me through friends and family, and sometimes it's just a gentle voice in the back of my head.
He speaks to me through images and also through other people.
God speaks to me through the Bible and through pictures.
Through other people, direct to me, often through my wife and my kids.
God speaks to me through friends and relationships.
He speaks through people, he speaks through the world around us, different situations, and he often speaks through the Bible as well.
I think now it's more through, as I read scriptures, I feel something being highlighted a lot, and I tend to identify that as God's voice.
Sometimes it's through words, sometimes it's through listening and reading my Bible, but sometimes it's through conversations with friends and something just standing out and clicking.
I think God speaks to personality. So my personality is short and sweet, so God sort of speaks to me in little bites, sometimes not in big things, but sometimes just little short bites.
Oh, in lots of ways, through the Word, through worship, through music, through the countryside, through my kids, through life in general.
God speaks to me in loads of different ways, like could be watching a film, could be reading a book, something just pops out and I'm like, that's got to be God. It's exactly what I needed to hear.
I think God speaks to me through just all the situations I go through each day.
In a variety of different ways. I think if I had to choose one way that God speaks to me, it's probably through the Bible. I believe that the Bible isn't just a 2,000-year-old book, that God really still does speak to people through it today. He certainly speaks to me through it.
God speaks to me in different ways. Lots of the times it's a picture he'll give me, or a feeling, an emotion, and then I'll ask him what that's about, so I'll investigate.
God speaks to me a lot through creation. I love being out in the countryside, I love being out in the mountains, I love being by the sea, I love reading his word and hearing him speak through that, and I love the stillness.
For a while I just saw rainbows everywhere when I was going through a really difficult time, and I just felt like God was saying every single day through a rainbow, I'm promising you that you're in my hands and you can trust me.
He's very gentle when he speaks to me, because he knows that I'm quite delicate.
In many ways, but God very often speaks to me when I'm reading his Bible or spending some time actually saying, do you want to speak to me? And shutting my mouth for once.
Sometimes when I'm reading the Bible and verses particularly speak to me, more often I know that he's speaking to me. I know that sounds funny, but as a Christian, you get used to God's voice, and something will be in the back of my mind, and if it's God, it just does not go away. Then I have to stop and listen and do what he says.
Sometimes you can almost hear him speaking to you, so if you spend a lot of time with him, you kind of get to hear his voice and you know what he sounds like.